You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
We've all been there. You realize your business needs to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Well, it's easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post noticed. Indeed's sponsored jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. Your post jumps to the top of search results so the right candidates see it first. And it works. Sponsored jobs on Indeed get 45% more applications than non-sponsored ones. One of the things I love about Indeed is how fast it makes hiring. And yes, we do actually use Indeed for hiring here at N2K Cyberwire. Many of my colleagues here came to us through Indeed. Plus, with sponsored jobs, there are no subscriptions, no long-term contracts. You only pay for results. How fast is Indeed? Oh, in the minute or so that I've been talking to you, 23 hires were made on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners to this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Cyberwire. Just go to Indeed.com/Cyberwire right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/Cyberwire. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Hello, my name is Peter Baumann, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the company ActiveNav. I think my earliest ambition or career path was probably when I was about 7 or 8, and I showed a keen interest in doing wiring. I was always building kind of lighting circuits. I was putting lights and buzzers into models, and I was kind of putting tripwires over my sister's bedrooms, which would send off lights and buzzers so we all knew where they were. That kind of morphed into an interest in electrical engineering, and not least in the world of theatre. I used to be fascinated when you would go to the theatre and looking at all the lights. I think I wanted to be a lighting engineer. Surprisingly, that's probably the last time I really had a clear focus on what my career was. I went to something that's known as an industrial sandwich course in electrical engineering. It was actually electronics and communications. When I came out of that, I worked for 4 years or so. I traveled a lot. I enjoyed it, but I kind of realized it wasn't really for me. It wasn't what I wanted to do. So in my early 20s, I went back to college and I took a more conventional course, if you like, in business and finance. And then that took me on my career that I've been on since, or at least my path. I've always been quite entrepreneurial, so through the whole journey there's been pockets of either independent entrepreneurship, where I've set things up myself, through to entrepreneurship within large organizations. And it's only in recent years that I've realized that is just part of my makeup. My first real engagement coming back out of college was with what's now known as a startup. At the time, we were the first organization to provide financial and company financials and data on CD-ROMs, which were a completely new thing back then. And so I kind of managed to leverage my interest in the business community, financial service world, with my background in early computers, but that was my first foray into a mixture of adding value to data to turn it into information. One of the things that's been common on the journey is the value of data, and if you do a good job of aggregating that data, you can clean it and you can score it, which then gives you information which itself has inherent value in it. One of the things that kind of attracted me to some of the work that was going on originally at Southampton University and an early version of ActiveNav was this ability to look at large quantities of unstructured data with no prior knowledge of what was in that data or that information. We started to shine a light on the data to provide this discovery capability, the workflow to remediation on unstructured digital data. And that's what we did, and that's the journey we've been on since. The real challenge is, what do you do with all this information that's coming back at you? It's not getting hold of the data that matters so much, it's what do you do with it? The risk that you're carrying is significant. And that's where the whole cyber to privacy play comes in. And having that data out there, maybe hosted in somebody else's environment, but not knowing what it is and essentially waiting for the day that it may be breached is a very, very real risk. I like the people around me to take ownership, control their own destinies. I don't think they need me or any other kind of executive really to be there telling them what to do on a daily basis. And so it's one of empowerment, it's one of fairness, and building the right culture where people are comfortable, they can share challenges and problems, and I'd like to say safe to fail. And that's hard. I think those cultures are driven very much from the top down. This is a growth market. It's not going away anytime soon. I think there's decades of work to be done. I think we're only at the start of really dealing with this challenge. For newcomers, I think you want to keep a very open mind. You want to understand those different facets, and so understand why intruders are trying to get into people's networks. If you can have a technical awareness, if you have a feel for the technologies, how they work, if you have a feel for why organizations care, and then you have a broad familiarity of all the different approaches, solutions, architectures out there, I think you could be setting yourself up for a really exciting career. Ultimately, cyber matters because of the data we and organizations hold. And that is, for me, the final frontier to provide the protection, the security, and the peace of mind that we all desire.
And now, a message from our sponsor, Zscaler, the leader in cloud security. Enterprises have spent billions of dollars on firewalls and VPNs, yet breaches continue to rise by an 18% year-over-year increase in ransomware attacks and a $75 million record payout in 2024. These traditional security tools expand your attack surface with public-facing IPs that are exploited by bad actors more easily than ever with AI tools. It's time to rethink your security. Zscaler Zero Trust plus AI stops attackers by hiding your attack surface, making apps and IPs invisible, eliminating lateral movement, connecting users only to specific apps, not the entire network, continuously verifying every request based on identity and context, simplifying security management with AI-powered automation, and detecting threats using AI to analyze over 500 billion daily transactions. Hackers can't attack what they can't see. Protect your organization with Zscaler Zero Trust and AI. Learn more at zscaler.com/security.